Anyone new for today? Is there anyone new for today? Is there anyone who was not there yesterday?
Yeah, I'm new.
Yeah, can you please tell me about yourself? Little bit. Selenium is something, okay, that you need to understand. So what is Selenium? Selenium is generally a web application automation tool. So I would give you very simple way of understanding of how it works. So how it works is generally what kind of applications it is available actually. So what kind of applications you can automate using Selenium. Any application which is launched in web, so that is called as web application. Any web application that is launched in web can be automated using Selenium. So this is something, right? If I want to launch any web application, the thing that I need to do is I need to launch my browser. So on my browser I need to launch a URL so that I can able to automate this application. Okay, this is what the process is. Okay, the process is something like this. First I need to launch my browser, then on my browser I need to launch my application, and then I need to automate my application. Any application that is launched in the web is called as web application. So we have generally couple of applications. We have web applications, we have desktop applications as well. So what is desktop applications? Any applications that can be downloadable. So I will give you a simple example. So we have some applications like VLC media player. Okay, so where if you want to watch a movie, so generally what we do, we try to launch a movie using that media player. Okay, so that is not launched in web. That is something that we need to download it in our system, and then I need to launch that. So such kind of applications are called as desktop applications. Okay, so there are generally two types of application which we generally mean. One application is something that is launched in web. So any application that is launched in web is called as web application. Web is something which is connected to any browser, and from browser if you launch any application, that is called as web application. And anything that is launched using, which can be downloadable and which is launched in your personal laptop or personal desktop, okay, which doesn't require any kind of internet access or which doesn't require any browser access, so such thing is called as uh, you know desktop application. Okay, that thing is called as desktop application. So there are two types of applications. Okay, one is web application and desktop application in a general sense. So what this Selenium is going to do, Selenium is going to help us to automate only web applications. Okay, please remember this one. Selenium is going to help us to automate only web applications. Selenium is not able to automate the desktop applications. Okay, so generally if you see any companies, 95% to 99% of companies will launch their web application. So lot of companies, lot of clients, or lot of product based companies and service based companies, so launch their applications as part of web. Okay, because it is accessible, right? It is more accessible by everyone in an easy way. So if you see, if I'll give you a simple example. I work for a big bank. So my client is a big bank where it has their own applications, banking applications. So so that is a web application. So they try to launch it in web. Okay, so that is not a desktop application. So they create application and then they launch in web. So any application that can be launched in web is called as web application, or that means in a browser. Okay, so please remember that Selenium is only helpful for us to automate what kind of applications? Only the web application. So why web applications only? Because it has capability to do automate only web applications. So that is what you need to remember. That is very important thing. Why? Because it is more available in market. A lot of companies use web applications only as their first launch. Then later on they switch to desktop applications and a different story. But web applications is what we are going to discuss now. So now how the automation exactly happens. So if I say, if you want to automate any kind of website like this, any website, I just launched some random website. This is DURGASOFT.com. So this is some website. I went to Google. So what I did first, I connected to my browser. So what I did, I launched my browser. Then after I connected, I launched my URL. Then after, so whatever, if I want to type something here, okay, if I want to type Nikhil, if I want to give some phone number, okay, if I want to pass some data, okay, if I want to pass some data, if I want to pass some email ID, if I want to choose all these things, I can do it manually now. So okay, I can do it manually. So how do I do it? Using automation. So here's our main target. So our target is what is, our basic target is to automate any web application, because as the automation test engineer, you are responsible to do the same validations and do the same activities that you do as a manual test engineer. So as a manual test engineer, if anyone asks us to validate this application, so generally I will try to fill all these details. I'll check whether my login is happening or not. I will try to fill all my details, whether the details are filled or not. So some kind of validations I do. Okay. So that is generally done manually. If I want to do through automation, I need to approach a tool, and that tool is nothing but Selenium. Okay. So if you want to do any automation, so Selenium will be covered. So now, what are the different browsers you can able to? So Selenium, what we have observed here. Let me just explain the points what we have seen. So we have seen Selenium is going to help us. So we have seen Selenium is generally meant for web applications, okay, not for desktop applications. Then Selenium can be, in Selenium you can able to launch multiple browsers, because I said you right, you can automate not only in one browser. Now we have Chrome. So a lot of companies, a lot of people use only Chrome, okay, but it will also support, you can also launch any application in Firefox, okay, Mozilla Firefox. You can also automate in IE, Internet Explorer. You can also automate in Chrome. You can also automate in Edge and all. Okay. So it supports multiple browsers. What Selenium will do, Selenium will support multiple browsers. Selenium is generally used to automate web applications. Selenium supports multiple browsers. Okay. You can automate any application in any of the browsers. So that's the reason people are switching to Selenium, or people try to learn Selenium as automation tool. Then what Selenium will do, it also supports multiple programming language. So Selenium is a third party tool. It is just like a, you can say, it's a third party tool which can be integrated with any other languages like Java, Python, PHP. Okay, using that we can able to automate. You can use Selenium with Java, or you can use Selenium with Python. You can use Selenium with C#. Okay, you can use Selenium with Ruby and Rails. Okay, you can use Selenium with Perl. Okay, there are a lot of options that you have wherein you can automate an application using any programming language out of it. So within this, most popular languages or most used languages are this two. So if I say out of 100%, Java is around 50%, Python is around 40%, the other languages are around 10%. Okay, mostly C# is what we use. So lot of companies use these two languages. Okay, the scope of getting jobs is more on these two languages. Okay, understood, right? Because they are existing from very long time. So with Java it is existing from very long time. Okay, so why Java, why people are switching to, now people are switching to Python? The reason, because Python is comparatively very simple than Java. Python has lot of inbuilt structure. So in Java we have to write lot of code. Okay, so if I write 10 lines of code in Java, the same implementation if I want to do in Python, I don't need to write 10 lines. I need to write hardly 2 to 3 lines, or less than that. The reason behind here is Python has lot of inbuilt modules. Okay, inbuilt structure. Inbuilt modules means it has lot of libraries, it has lot of modules, it has lot of packages. So you just need to import them and you just need to plug and play. So generally Python itself is called as plug and play language. So the reason, because you don't need to create anything from scratch. You just need to import those libraries or import those packages, and just you need to utilize them. Okay, you don't need to create. Suppose I'll give you simple example. I want to find the square root of a number. Okay, so I don't need to write the complete logic of square root of a number. I just need to import a module called math. There is a module called math. Okay, math is a module which consists of all the methods of mathematics. Something like square root of a number, power of a number, sine, cos, all the methods which are there in the maths will be available in math module. So what you need to do, you just need to say import math. You need to import this module. Then you need to say math.sqrt. There is a method called sqrt of 25. Okay. So 25 means what is the square root of 25? I will get 5. So this is a simple way. By these two lines, I can able to find the square root of a number. Maybe 25 here. You can give whatever you. So what you understood here? Here I don't need to write any logics from the scratch. Wherein I just need to import a module called math, and using that math I can able to find. So like this, I have lot of modules in Python, which makes my coding easy, simple, and easily understandable for any user. So anyone wants to start their career from the scratch. Okay, anyone wants to start their career into technical and move to technical side, so they has to start with Python, because Python is simple, coding is less, understanding more easy understanding compared to other languages. Okay, so then Selenium, what Selenium is going to do, Selenium is more on functional testing. So functional testing, I will try to tell you what is meant by functional testing. So functional testing means, suppose I want to check whether phone number. See how a tester mindset should be. Whatever you see, you should able to try to validate it whether it is possible or not. Okay. So what is testing actually? Testing is two things here. Testing means verification and validation. Okay. What is verification? What is testing? So how the testing should be happen? Testing means verification and validation. What is verification? Verification means how, as per the business requirements, whether your development is happened or not. Okay, suppose a business requirement says I need a phone number which should be an input box, or which should be a text box, which allows only the numbers. Okay, which allows only the numbers. Understood, right? So if I try to provide so I will go and check whether the development is happened accordingly. So my requirement says here there is a phone number field should be there, which should be a text box, and it will only allow the numbers. Okay, if that is the requirement, I will go and check if that is the design is happened accordingly or not. Suppose think that these people has made a drop down instead of an input box or a text box, then this is a mismatch of requirement. Okay, this is not a validation mismatch. It is not a mistake with the values. It is a mismatch of requirement. If there is a mismatch of requirement, then your verification fails. Okay, so you as a tester, you should do two things. What you need to do, you need to do verification and validation. Verification means you should check whether all the development activities, or all the fields, or all the UI components which are being developed by the UI developers, okay, are happened as per the requirement. So if the requirement says it should be a text box, it should be a text box. It shouldn't be a drop down, or it shouldn't be a it shouldn't be any kind of radio button or anything. Okay, are you clear, right, everyone? So this is the way you say that. Okay, if it is mismatching, then you say it is as per not, it is not as per the requirement. So that is called verification. And then there is something called validation. What is validation? You try input. So verification is as per the requirement. If it is mismatching with the requirement, we say it is verification mismatch. Then validation means what? You try input with multiple data. Okay, so now I try input with different data which is not a number. Still if it is accepting, then that is validation. Or I try giving 20 numbers. If it is taking 20 numbers, my phone number should be hardly 10 numbers. So that is again a validation mismatch. Okay, if I give some alphanumeric characters, it shouldn't allow. So that is, this website is not properly made. You just keep it aside. But any website that is made should have some requirement, and that requirement mismatch or the validation. If you are giving any inputs and that inputs mismatch, then that is called as validation failure. Validation means after product is developed, you are checking whether it is working or not. Verification is, okay, you are going to verify whether the application is developed as per the requirement or not. Okay, these two things as a tester you need to do. So what Selenium is going to do is, Selenium is going to do functional testing. Functional testing means more on a validation part. Okay, more on the validation. It will only check whether the validation, the elements is there or not. Okay, whether it is a proper input or not. Okay, that is called functional testing. We have two types of, generally in black box testing we take two types of testings. One is functional and non-functional testing. What is non-functional? Non-functional is not related to validations. Non-functional means it is completely performance testing, stress testing, volume testing. Okay, so they will not check whether it is working or not, but that case is different. In non-functional testing, what you will validate is, you will validate whether if I apply 1000 users at one time, still the application is working or not. Okay, if I apply, okay, if there are millions of users going and approaching the same website, whether my server is hanging or not, all these kinds of testing. So they will not do whether the application is working or not. Okay, they will only validate whether if any stress applied, or if there is any number of volume is applied, whether the application is not breaking or not. So such is called non-functional testing. But Selenium will only do functional testing. Selenium will only validate the application. It is not going to do any kind of non-functional testing. Okay, so you need to be clear again. Selenium is only for web applications. Selenium supports multiple browsers like such as Firefox, IE, Chrome. Selenium supports multiple languages such as Java, Python, C#, Ruby and Rails, Perl and all. So in this, both Java and Python are very much used. Especially in Java and Python, Python is more simple language and compared to Java, but the scope is 50 and 40 over here. Okay, this is what the market. And now slowly the market is going to migrate from Java to Python because it is more simple and it does the same kind of automation. See, if anyone wants to do an activity, okay, which is a very tough one, in a simple way, okay, without taking much pressure. So everyone wants to be in such way, right? So if I want to do the activity, if I want to automate an application and I don't want to write much code, I don't want to implement much things, okay, but the same automation that is happened, okay, so then you will switch to that thing. The same way Java will also do the same automation and Python will also do the same automation. Compared to Java, Python is very simple and the code is very little. Okay, so that's why Python is more used. I mean, it is more helpful. So then functional testing also I said you. Then what Selenium is going to do, Selenium will also support multiple operating systems. So operating systems like, we have Windows. What are the different operating systems we have? We have Windows, okay, we have Mac, okay, we have Unix, okay, we have something like Linux and all the flavors like Unix and all, Ubuntu and all. Okay, so I will just give you a simple. So it also supports multiple operating systems. So what do you mean by this? You can automate an application in Windows or a Mac or Linux, whatever the browser, whatever the operating system it is, you can able to automate. Okay, so that's why Selenium is more used. So why Selenium is more used? Why Selenium is more used? Selenium is more used, the reason because, okay, Selenium will do all these things, whatever I said. Okay, Selenium will automate web applications. Selenium will support multiple browsers. Selenium will support multiple programming languages. Selenium will do a proper functional testing. Selenium will support multiple operating systems. Okay, got it right. So what Selenium doesn't do? So every language has some limitations. So in that limitations, what Selenium will not do is, Selenium will never automate any desktop application. Desktop application, I already said you, something that is not launched in web. Like you see, right, you can download some application and launch it, right? If I say some music player is there, so I go and I download it and then I play some music. So such applications are called desktop applications. And Selenium is not going to automate that kind of application. Okay, and Selenium cannot do automation of something like barcode. You have something called barcode, right? And captcha. Okay, so what is this? You generally come across these things whenever you try to I mean, in some application, in some application you can able to find, right, captcha. So when you type that captcha only, then you can able to log in into the website. So Selenium will never do this kind of thing. So they are not responsible. I mean, Selenium doesn't have any kind of modules or any kind of internal libraries which can automate these two things. So it will not able to, it doesn't automate any kind of barcode or captcha. Okay, please remember that, barcode or captcha. So it will also not automate any mobile application. So it will not support mobile application automation or desktop application automation. So it is only supporting. So I'm more specifically saying about desktop. Okay, I hope you understood, right? I mean, something that is launched in your system, not in mobile, because mobile automation also Selenium doesn't do. Selenium will only do a proper web application automation wherever it is launched. So now, so now I will show you a simple way how the automation is happening. Okay, simple way. Okay, I will just show you a simple way how an automation is happening. So I will not this is a demo class. Please understand, demo class, I mean to say, to make you understand how the Selenium and what is this working, the process. Okay, but later on I will again explain you the complete architecture, everything very clearly. Okay, so I will, last 5 minutes I will give you the syllabus copy. You can please go through my syllabus. So the syllabus is exemplary. I mean, it is more advanced compared to another existing things. So I will just explain now today how to automate a simple application. So this is just like your demo. So I mean, again I will say all these things whenever the Selenium concept starts. Okay, because we are going with Python first. What we are going to do, first 1 week we are going to see the Python, then only our Selenium is going to start. Okay, please remember. So if people already know, then it will be a revise for people. People doesn't know anything. Okay, so you can able to learn it from the scratch. Okay, please remember. So now we have seen exactly, okay, what we have seen Selenium, about Selenium. So how to do that? So the first step is in the Selenium, the first step. So don't worry anyone, please, if you don't understand, but you need to know like what it does, how it does, is what I'm going to show now. Then later on I will show you everything how exactly it works. Okay, so now what you need to do, the first step in automation, you need to have some ID. So there is some ID. I will tell you how to automate, I mean how to create it. This is called Pycharm. Okay, this is called Pycharm. I will launch it. Pycharm is a ID. This is a Pycharm. Pycharm means ID. Like in Java, you have something like Eclipse. Okay, you have something called IntelliJ. Okay, then we have something called NetBeans. So similar to that, okay, in Python we have something called Pycharm. Okay, so for Python, what we have Pycharm. Okay, so in Java we have other tool. In Python we have something called Pycharm. So any doubts till now? Anyone? Any doubts? Anyone? Any doubts?
I had a quick question.
Please.
So you said the Selenium is only used for the web automation. How
Yeah.
about for desktop and all those? What do we use for those? And then I heard a term like RPI. What is that for?
RPA, right?
RPA, yeah.
RPA is robot process automation. So that is a different thing. So that is not a part of web application. So that's especially, and if I want to say that one, that is a automation process wherein you are going to automate multiple kinds of application, not this way. So this is not related to RPA. RPA is robot process automation. So that is for different applications. That is not for a traditional web applications. Okay.
Okay.
So
how
that
about
is nowhere related to. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So how about for the desktop application? Then what do we use?
So for desktop applications, we have some other modules existing. Okay, for desktop applications, if you want to automate, so there are some other modules existing wherein we can able to automate that, because generally I will say you any desktop application. Even this Pycharm is a desktop application. Okay? Because what I did, I downloaded it and then I launched. Okay, so I cannot go and automate this one. I cannot automatically fill all these details, automate this application. Any application like this cannot be automated. So for that we have some other modules like PyAuto GUI. Okay, so there are some other modules wherein you can import those modules and you can automate. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So but the scope is very little. See, lot of companies in the market now they use only desktop applications. Okay, I mean sorry, web applications. Okay, you can see right, every application will have the web version. So the first version they launch is something web, and then they will go with the desktop if they want. So very few companies are going to have this desktop applications. So still that is not a challenge. We can also see. Okay, so Selenium will only support this. So that will be same across other languages as well. Not only in Python, if you take Java or any language which supports or which takes Selenium, will only automate the web applications. Okay? And that is very, very important. You need to remember. So you need to understand the difference between web and this. So first step, I will tell you what to do. Okay. The first step, this is the IDE, this is called IDE. Okay, so please don't worry if you don't understand also, but I want to show you some show kind of understanding, because now I want to make you understand that how automation runs. So some of the components you may understand it now or may not understand. Don't worry about it, because it takes time. It is not a day explanation to get everything for you. So it takes time. I will explain you everything again very clearly, but I just want to show you kind of demo how this automation happens. For that reason, I'm going to show you the process. Okay, couple of people may understand, couple of people may not understand anything, so you don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. I will again explain you when the topic starts, when the Selenium complete Selenium starts. Now I want to just show you like a demo how exactly this process happens. Okay. So what is Selenium? I already said you, Selenium is just a third-party tool which consists of some components. So components means some methods, some modules, some packages, some classes. Okay, so library, it is just like it is a library which consists of some classes, some methods, some packages. So what you need to do, you need to write, you need to import this using some language, because without any language interface you cannot implement it. If I want to implement something, see, I cannot run Selenium. Selenium is something. Using Selenium I can integrate with any language like Python or Java, so that will be executed. You can execute what you cannot execute Selenium. You can only execute Python, but Python should be integrated with Selenium. Understood, right? Only then the automation will happen. So you understood, right? You understood, right? See, I have a tool which can run my Python code, not Selenium code. Okay, so now what happens? So for that I need to do what? I need to import Selenium. I need to integrate Selenium with Python. Then only I can able to use all my Selenium modules. Okay, similarly in Java also, Java code can be executed, not Selenium code. So there what you do, you use Java integrations. Okay, so this is very, very popular in the market as well. Now let me explain you how this happens. I will explain you line by line. So I already said you what Selenium is going to do. Selenium is going to automate a browser, not particular kind of application. So browser automation, you mean to say. So what is browser automation? I will explain. See, Selenium, you can launch any browser, right? See, I launched this one. Suppose someone launched Flipkart application. Okay, so you can automate Flipkart application as well. Okay, Flipkart application. So you can automate Flipkart application. You can automate any e-commerce application. You can automate any banking application. So any application can be automated. So now what I'm trying to say here is, here the motto of your Selenium is not a particular web application, but it is a browser. Understood, right? Are you getting right? So I can launch any application. So if I know how to automate a browser, how to automate the complete browser, then I can able to automate any application inside my browser, because application is launched on my browser. Okay. So I will just give you the overall explanation of the architecture of Selenium. So the Selenium, how it is working is, again I will explain, don't worry, but for a small note I will try to explain. So this is like a client and server architecture. What is the architecture of it? Client and server architecture. So what is client here? Client is the code that you are writing. That is Selenium bindings. Okay. So the API Selenium bindings. Okay. Selenium API bindings. Selenium with Python. Selenium Python API bindings. Okay. That means you are going to integrate Selenium and Python. Then you are going to write the code. The code what you are writing is called as client here. The code that is going to send, you are going to write a code the code is going to interact with your server. Server means what here? Browser. Okay. So the architecture is such a way like this. Okay, don't worry, I will again explain browser. So what is happening here is it is like a client and server architecture. What is client and server architecture means? Whenever you are writing some code and when you are running that code, okay, in Pycharm. So Pycharm is not only for Selenium. Pycharm is just a IDE. You can do whatever you want, which can be written in Python. So it will execute all the Python code. Okay? It will execute all the Python. Every Python code can be executable, can be executed in Pycharm. This is a tool. I will explain again how to launch it and all. That's a reference tool. So now what is happening in the Selenium overall view, I will tell you. So whatever the code you are writing, that code will be sent to the server. Server means browser. So that code what you write, you go and write a code such a way, I want to connect to browser. So when you write a code in that way, so what browser is going to do? It can be any browser. So suppose I want to write it in Chrome. So what it will do, it will go to the Chrome and it will say that, okay, there is some Selenium code which is going to interact with. So what browser is saying now, what browser will say is, no, I'm not going to share my internals to you, because browser is, that is very secure, right? You cannot ask some third party tool, because Selenium is a third party tool. You're writing some code, that code is going to hit to the Chrome browser. So Chrome browser will not directly respond to the third party tool. What it will do is it will say, no, you cannot directly interact with me, but rather I will do one thing. I will give you my servant, or I will give you my okay, please understand in a layman, so that purpose I'm saying. Okay, don't think this is what exactly, but you can connect it with technically later. So I will send you my PA. Okay, my PA name is driver. Okay, if it is Chrome, it is Chrome driver. Okay, you connect with him, he will connect with me, because I'm not going to share my internals to you directly. So what my Selenium is saying, please, I want to connect with you and I want to automate any application inside you. So that's what my Selenium is going to say to browser. Which browser? Chrome browser. So Chrome is saying, no, I'm not going to share you all my internals, how the coding and my architecture is there. I will do one thing, I will share my driver, or I will share my PA. You connect to me using my PA. Okay, my PA is going to connect with me internally. Okay, my PA is going to connect with me internally, but you connect to my PA and my PA is going to connect with me. Okay, whatever you want to do, you can directly do, you can able to do me on me directly, but it is not directly, it will be like my PA, through my PA. Okay, if you want any recommendations, if you want to write anything, you say to my PA will directly talk with you. So here it is similar, like you are directly talking with me. Okay, you are directly talking with me, but using my PA. Understood, right? So how the architecture is saying, how this Selenium is saying, so you need to know what is driver also. That's what reason I'm saying you. So driver is like a internals, that means it is just like your like a PA, or you can say like assistant to your browsers. Okay, so what your Selenium is saying, whatever the code you are writing, it will not directly hit me. So why you are writing? You are writing a code to launch an application. You are writing a code to type something. You are writing a code to click on something. You are writing a code to click on any activity. So I am not going to share all my internals. Okay, I'm not going to share all my internals. I'm not going to allow you to do any activity on my application, any of the application in the browser directly. So, but what I do, but as you requested, but I will do, I'll give my PA. You directly connect with me. You connect with me, but using my PA. My PA will be checking all the things. Okay, if your connection is happened properly or not. If there is any misactivity happened with you, okay, all these things my PA is going to respond. So anything you want to talk with my PA. So my PA is going to connect me, but you connect. Sorry, my PA is going to You connect to my PA will connect with. So it means indirectly you're connecting with me. Don't worry. Okay, but for the users, it will be like you are directly connecting with me. Okay, for the users, it seems like you are directly connecting with me, but actually what is happening is you are connecting with my PA. Clear, right? So that is the general architecture. So that is the general architecture. So what you will do is you write a code. That code will interact with any browser. Okay, so that code, see, any application you can automate. So we don't have restrictions. So today you go for this company has some application. Tomorrow you go for other company has different application. Any application can be automated using Selenium. Selenium is such a powerful tool. Okay, so what it is doing now, you can launch. So our target is to connect to browser. Inside the browser I can launch any application and automate any application. It can be a DURGASOFT website or a Flipkart website or a banking website or a insurance domain application or any application I can automate. Okay, so my whatever the client which I work for, okay, whatever the application it is, so I can able to automate. Okay, so my target is targeting the browser, not the application, because I cannot say I want to automate only DurgaSoft application. I don't want some other application. So you cannot give a list of applications. I want every application to automate in any browser. That's what my target. My target is to connect to Chrome, not to the application. So in the Chrome, I will launch the application. Okay, understood, right? So now what is happening? The first step is what I'm doing. I need to create the client. The client is what this one. What is the client? The client is Selenium. So I have Python already. I have Python already. What I have Python already in my system. So now I need to connect to my Python because what is client? Client is a Selenium and Python binding. It is not Selenium only. See, it is not only Selenium. It is what Selenium and Python binding. Okay, it is what Selenium and Python binding. So when it is Selenium and Python binding, so what you need to do is, when it is Selenium and Python binding, I need to import Selenium or I need to integrate. I need to import Selenium. Which is a package. Already I have Python. Already I have Python in my Pycharm, or you can say Pycharm supports it. I have already interpreter. That means I have Python. Now the only thing I need to have is Selenium, because I said it is a combo of these two. When it is a combo of these two, I already have Python. Now I need to have Selenium. So for that I will try to import Selenium because already I have Python. Now this becomes a combo of Selenium and Python. That means it becomes a client. Okay, it becomes a client. Now the client is ready. When I do a simple step saying import Selenium, for that I need to install Selenium. I will tell you again everything, don't worry. So then what I will do, from the Selenium I have a lot of components. From Selenium I have IDE, I have RC, I have everything, but I want particularly WebDriver. So from Selenium import WebDriver. Okay, import both WebDriver. Okay. So for IDE you don't need to write much code. IDE is just a simple tool. I will tell you, I will explain you the complete IDE as well, but IDE you don't need to worry about. It is a simple tool. It is a simple execution process. Okay. For WebDriver only the coding will come into picture. Most of the coding will come into picture. So from Selenium. So if you are not, people please remember everyone. So coding, everyone has to learn it because it will really, make you sustain for a long time. Whoever wants to have their career in technical side, compulsory they have to learn coding. Without coding, you cannot survive in IT, especially as a developer or a tester. More on technical part. Okay, so for any technical people, coding has to be mandate, no matter whatever the language it is, Java, Python, or anything, but coding should be mandate. If and only if you learn coding, then you have a long career, because a lot of companies are now switching to technical side. Okay, so you need to be very strong in this, because the reason I would say is today you will be working in some technology, tomorrow maybe different technology. When you go for a client-based companies or service-based companies, based on the project you are supposed to work, so they may ask you to work on different technologies. So that you should be ready enough to learn a new technology or switch. Only if you know coding, then you can easily learn. So if you don't know anything, and learning a new technology will be a real big challenge. But if you know little bit of coding in any language, then it's very simple. No matter If you know Python completely, then you can easily learn Java. If you know Java or Python, any language, you can learn easily different technology, because there will be a same connectivity. Programming languages are same. The only difference is the activities what it performs is same. The only difference is syntax, the way they write the code and okay, but everything is same almost. Okay? I mean, not on the particular part, but it is everything same almost. So now what we do, I said I want Selenium because I have already Python. I want Selenium. In that Selenium also I want WebDriver. Okay. Now what I will do, I will write a code like this. I will say driver equal to. So I'm going to connect WebDriver to the Chrome. So I'm not going to connect Selenium because Selenium means lot of. In the Selenium WebDriver is one thing. Okay. So I'm going to say WebDriver.Chrome. What do you mean by this? The step of this one is, okay, what do you mean by this? Using the driver, I should say driver.exe, some path wherever I find the path. So I first what I need to do, I will tell you, don't worry. I will download say driver. Okay, there will be a driver which is available in internet. I need to go to internet and download my driver. So it will be exe file. I'll get a exe file. Okay, I will store it in some website, some path. I will show you the code. Okay, just a minute. Lot of coding things we are going to see. Okay, please don't get panic or do anything. Lot of coding things we are going to see. Okay, as we progress. I'm just copying this code. I will create a new file and then I'll paste it. Okay. I will explain every line, don't worry. I'll explain every line, don't worry. So I'm going to create a Python file. So name can be anything. So I'll say Selenium day 1. Okay, just a simple file. So I'm going to paste it. I will explain you how to automate, how to handle anything. Don't worry if you don't understand also. But as an understanding how the automation happens, I will show you. Okay. Later on, I'll show you every step, every pinpoint step, how exactly the back end runs, the front end runs, how to automate every point. Okay, we will see. So now get back again. So the first step is, I said from Selenium you are importing the WebDriver. Okay, that means in the Selenium I have 4 components as I said you, but in that 4 components I want only WebDriver. So I say only WebDriver. So this is also Selenium. WebDriver is also Selenium, but it is a version of Selenium. So WebDriver.Chrome. So what I did, first step what I did, I want to first, as I said you, the first step is I want to import Selenium. As a client, I want to import Selenium. Okay. So already Python is there, so Selenium MU. Now what I need to do, I need to have driver. Then I need to have browser. Already I have Chrome. Chrome I already have. So I need to have these 3 components to connect, right? See, first, see how to connect. In order to connect to this one, I need to have driver. I need to have browser. Browser is like server. I need to have Selenium. I need to have Python. All these things are there. Only then I can do a connection. So if I want to do a connection, I need to have Selenium. I need to have Python. I need to have driver. I need to have browser. Server means browser. Browser means Chrome. So I already have Chrome. Chrome is there in my system. I don't have driver. For that I need to download it. I already have Python. Now I am going to get the Selenium. So everything is ready now. So now what I do, if everything is ready, I'm going to connect to the Chrome using the WebDriver. So what I will do, for this driver, I will go to internet. I will download the driver. So there are some sources where you can download the driver. So that driver name is chromedriver.exe. Okay, what is the name of the driver? This is called chromedriver.exe because I'm going to connect to the Chrome. So here what is happening? What is this step is? I will try to tell you. Simple step. This step is very simple. What is the meaning of this step is? First step, I imported Selenium. Okay, in that browser I have, WebDriver I imported. Second step, I'm going to connect to Chrome. So that means the connection between a client and server is established, but using driver. That's what the code is like. Here, WebDriver.Chrome. From the Selenium WebDriver, I'm going to connect to the Chrome, but using what? But using ChromeDriver.exe. That is the meaning. Are you getting right, everyone? The same way. I'm going to make a connection between Chrome and client and server, but using driver. The same thing. This step says everything. What this step says is, I can able to connect using my browser WebDriver to the Chrome, but using the Chrome driver. Okay, are you getting right, everyone? Everyone understood what I said? Everyone understood what I said till here? Everyone, please tell me.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat this line again?
Which
After,
one? See, what I'm trying to say, WebDriver.Chrome means I'm going to connect to the Chrome using Chrome driver.exe. So this is the path. My Chrome driver.exe is in the C user desktop. In my desktop, there is an application. There is a driver.exe file. So for using that file, I'm going to connect to the Chrome. That is the meaning. So I already said you, I want to connect from the client to the server using driver. Similarly, got it right? So the client is now going to connect to the Chrome. So what is the WebDriver.Chrome means? WebDriver.Chrome means I am going to connect to the Chrome using the WebDriver, but not directly, but using the Chrome driver. That is the meaning. Chrome driver means driver. Yeah, you need to download it. I will tell you later. Okay, how to do it. It's a big process. Okay, you need to download. Now we don't. I did not say you how to exactly download this Chrome driver. That's a different story. But here the meaning of it is going to connect. So now what I did, now I successfully established the connection between my client and server. My client is going to directly connect with the Chrome now, but using the Chrome driver. This driver means Chrome driver. What driver it is? Chrome driver. Okay. So now what is happening? So you are going to launch the website. Now what you are going to do? You are going to launch the website. It's a simple thing. What I did, now the connection happened. Now I can able to automate anything in the Chrome. Okay, because now the connection between client and server happens. So now I am storing it in a variable called driver. So using that variable, because this is the connection component, this is the connection agent. The connection agent is driver. So any variable you can give that variable dot get URL. This URL is nothing but this URL. Now what I did, I made a successful connection between my client and server. That means Selenium and my browser. Now I launched this URL. So if you want to launch the URL, you need to write a code like this. What you need to write? You need to write a code like this. Driver.get. Are you getting, everyone? Driver.get. Are you clear, everyone? So I will just do one thing. I will till here I will run my code and show. Okay. This is the way the connection happens. Okay. Okay. Now you see, I'm going to run it. What it will do internally, it will connect to the Chrome. It will launch a URL like this. Okay. It will .get means to launch. .launch. You're going to launch which website? You can give any website here. Okay. See, I'm going to run it. I'm going to say run Selenium Deva. You see, I'm not touching my system. Automatically, it will launch my URL within seconds. Okay. Can you see? You got it right. Okay. The version of the Chrome is 91. Okay. The version of the Chrome issue here. What is the issue here? The issue here is it is saying Chrome only supports 91, but the current Chrome version, browser version is 90. So you have to download the Chrome driver which is 90. Okay, I will tell you what. So I'm going to download a Chrome version which is 93. Okay, I'm going to download it. Just a minute, I'll show you how it happens. Don't worry. I'm going to store it. I'm going to open it. I'm going to extract it to my desktop. Okay, I'm going to extract to. I will explain. Don't worry. This one. This is a simple thing. So there is a version change happens. Okay, there is a version change happens. Now I will launch the same. Okay, I will try to run it. Where is my code? My code is where? Here only, right? See, here only, right? I'm going to do right click and I'm going to run it. See, now it will automatically launch a browser. You see, right? Automatically a browser is launched and the URL is launched. Are you getting, everyone? Are you getting, everyone? The backend is happening like this. Okay. Are you getting, everyone? If I say here in the code, if I say facebook.com or whatever the website I give, that website will be automatically launched because the connection will be. So suppose I want google.com. I say google.com. Okay, google.com. So if I say right click and if I say run, automatically it will go and connect to that Google. It will launch the URL Google. Can you see? Can you see, everyone? Everyone understood what I am trying to say? Okay, so this is the way that backend works. Okay. Okay, clear, right, everyone? Clear, right, everyone?
Yes, clear.
You understood, right? So there are a lot of things as we progress. I will explain you, but for it, so if you want Facebook, the same thing. You don't need to write. Very simple. Python is very simple, and Selenium is extremely simple. I mean, you will understand it as we progress. Okay. So then Facebook.com. If I want Facebook.com, okay, I will just launch Facebook.com. I will just run it. I'm not going to do. See, once the connection is made, then automatically the code will take care. You don't need to write anything. See, it launches the Facebook website. You can launch any application as per your use. Okay. If you want to close it, if you want to close the browser automatically, then you need to say driver.close. Okay, driver.close. It will launch it and it will close automatically. It will launch and it will close it automatically. See, now I'm closing all the browsers. You see that there is no browser open. Okay, there is no browser open. Only this browser. This is something else. Okay, there is no browser after my this one. So I will open some website now. Tell me any website. I'll just try to open it and I will close it automatically. It will close by itself. Okay, without any interface. Suppose I want to launch flipkart.com. So I will just copy the URL. I will provide that URL flipkart.com. This is right only. Okay. You have to give the correct URL. See what it will do now. It will. So what is happening here? First, Selenium is created. Already Python is there. Now Selenium is created. Selenium WebDriver version is created. Then it is going to connect to the Chrome internally. That is happening. And using the Chrome driver, I just downloaded the Chrome driver and set it in the desktop. So it is going to click connect to the Chrome, but using the Chrome driver. That variable, whatever the connecting activity is there, that is stored in the driver variable. Using that variable, I am going to get means I'm going to launch any website you want. Okay, because it is an activity on the browser. So my Selenium has now power to automate any web application on my browser. Which browser? Chrome browser. So just what I am doing, I am launching a website. That website is flipkart.com. Okay, and then I'm closing the website. Okay, that is the move. You see, right? I'm not touching it. Everything is happening automatically. Okay, got it right? It will close automatically as well. Okay, got it right? Clear, right, everyone? You see,
Nikhil, I have
yeah, please.
Yes, I'm kind of maybe I have missed that one. I'm sorry for that. What is this? I don't know what you call it. This PC file edit view. This window, this thing which you are using. What is this? And
yeah, this is called this whatever you are seeing here. This is a tool in Java. If you know Java, there is something called Eclipse. Okay, Eclipse where we write the code and execute the code. Similarly, IntelliJ you have, or we have Visual Studio. So these are all the tools which you use in different languages. For Python, we use some tool. That tool name is Pycharm. Okay. So for this also you need to download it. It will be available in Google. You just need to go to the Google and download Pycharm. Okay. So once you download, I did not show you anything. This is just a tool where you can write your Python code and you can execute your Python code. Okay. This is a tool where you can write your code and you can execute your code. So what I am doing now, here I am going to connect with this. And I already have Python. Now I imported the Selenium. I connected to the Chrome. So this step itself will do all the activities. Okay. So I hope you understood the code as well. So when I write this step, the whole activities happen backend like this. Okay. Whatever I explained you, this backend activity will be happened. Okay. Whenever I write this step will do this activity. The connecting, it will connect to the server. That means it will connect to the browser, but using the Chrome driver. That's what I am going to write it. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear with it. Everyone is clear. You can go and see the video again if you don't understand. But I think everyone is clear. So people who are new can stay and other people can drop off.
Nikhil,
People who are,
like,
yeah, please.
yeah, can I run the Selenium in VS Code?
Yes, you can also.
Okay.
But make sure that you have plugins, you have Python plugin integrated. You need to have Python executable.
Python is plugin.
Then no issues.
Okay.
You can run in any. See, you can run in any browser. So I mean any IDE, integrated development environment. You can run anywhere.
Okay.
The only thing is that you need to have some executable, IDE which can able to run your code. Okay. Okay, so people who are new, they can stay, and other people can please leave. Because I am going to explain you the syllabus.
Okay, Nikhil, the next class is from Wednesday.
Yeah, so the next class will be tomorrow. There is no class. As you know that tomorrow there is no class. The reason because tomorrow is a festival. So Saturday, Sunday, however, we don't have. So Monday, I will do one thing. I will ask these people to intimate you whether Monday or Tuesday the class will be there. But mostly it will be on Wednesday on the same time, 7 to 8. Wednesday will be there because I will again start as a fresh from the scratch from Python basics. I'm going to teach. You don't need to have any prior knowledge before for this course. You can come as a zero knowledge and you can gain a lot of knowledge as we progress. So I will give you guarantee that you can automate any application in the world completely end to end, and also you can create your own frameworks. You can build your own application frameworks, okay, by yourself without anyone help. Okay, that is guarantee I can provide you. With zero knowledge you can come because you don't need to even know Python. I'm going to teach that. I'm going to teach Python also. I'm going to teach all the things. API testing I'm going to teach. Manual testing I'm going to teach. Automation testing I'm going to teach using Selenium. And I'm also going to teach Git Jenkins, how to deploy, how to build your code as a project, and how to build end-to-end application. I'm going to teach all the frameworks which are very much used in market. I'm going to teach. I'm going to also provide you Jira. I mean, kind of basic understanding of how the Jira runs, how to create your defect, okay, how to create a bug, how to assign to the developer, how to track your things, okay, how to understand your story card, how to write your manual test cases, okay, all these things will be also provided. So I will also provide you I mean notes kind of thing. Notes is something that I will provide you all the files which I have, but you need to, I mean, the video recordings also will be provided. You don't need to if you miss the class, you don't need to worry. Everyday video recordings will be provided by these people, okay, by these people I mean to say by DURGASOFT online team people, okay, they are responsible for it. So you can please reach out to them if you missed or anything. They will share it 100%, but if any miss happen, they will be sharing you. Then notes I'll be sharing you. I'll provide you 100 plus HR contacts, okay, you don't need to worry. You can directly contact them because they have a lot of requirements for the testers, so you can contact them. And what else, I can help you in creating a resume. So if you are a fresher or experience or into a different domain or into a different technology, or you want to switch, or you have, whatever the case, you can learn it because you don't need to have any prerequisite or any prior knowledge for this course because I'm going to teach everything that is required for it. Okay, so I will explain the syllabus in a high level. Okay, for people who are very new, they can stay. Other people, they can please read. Please, you can. I mean, you can.
Till when should he next week?
Sorry.
When should he join for the next week?
I will explain them. I mean, I will tell them. Mostly it would be Wednesday, but I'm not sure whether I have to take it because I need to have discussion with them. So if there is Monday or Tuesday, because tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, no class. That is for sure. Okay. Tomorrow,
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday is no class. Monday, Tuesday, if I want to take, I will take based on my priorities. Otherwise, I will be taking it on Wednesday for sure. From Wednesday, it is going to start as a regular class. Wednesday, 7 a.m. sharp is going to happen. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can do a payment before that. Please do a payment before that. The reason because once I say that it is a regular class, I am not going to take up any demos. Okay, and also these people will only allow people who paid the amount. Okay, they will not allow who have not paid the amount to they will not give access such a thing. Okay, whatever the things you can make a thing. You can if you want to talk with me, I will just give my number, but not pay.
Yeah.
I'll give my number, no issue. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, if you want to talk anything technically or any doubts you have, okay. Sorry, I just missed one. Okay, 56 is one. Okay, this is what my number. You can please, okay, you can please leave the meeting if anyone doesn't have anything. People who are new who don't know the syllabus can stay. Other people can leave. I already set the syllabus completely in the first session. Okay, you can go and see that video if you want. Okay, first session I explained it very clearly about my syllabus. The syllabus is extraordinary here. People whoever don't want, they can leave, please. Okay, whoever don't want, they can leave. Who already knows the syllabus and all, they can leave. Other people can stay. So what I want to say is the syllabus is this one. Okay, I'm going to teach you everything from the scratch, right from the basics, which means the complete Python basics I'm going to teach. Okay, end-to-end Python basics I'm going to teach. So you don't need to have any prior knowledge also, because whatever is needed I will be teaching. Then Selenium concept, I'm going to teach all the Selenium concepts, which are required to automate any web application. Then I'm going to teach all the frameworks. In companies you need frameworks. Okay, you cannot just have only automation techniques, so you need to have frameworks. Okay, 1 minute. I will teach you end-to-end frameworks which are required. Okay, unit test framework, page object model, design pattern, BDD framework, PyTest framework. Okay, and so these are all very, very important. So in any company they will be using any of these frameworks only. Okay, so they may be using any of this framework, BDD, Cucumber, or unit test, or PyTest, or page object model integration, like a design pattern. Okay, robot framework and all. So robot framework, I will tell you whether whether if there is any time, I will see if there is any possibility, I will tell you. Otherwise, robot framework could be a challenge for us. Okay, then I will be teaching you end-to-end, complete end-to-end project. End-to-end project, or end-to-end project, I mean to say end-to-end framework design, how exactly the framework is designed. Then I'm going to teach you Git and Jenkins. Okay, I'm going to teach you complete API testing, right from Postman tool and automation API testing. I'm going to teach you agile methodology, which is Jira tool. I'm going to teach you manual testing to some extent. I'm going to teach you interview questions. I'll share you 100+ HR contacts. Okay, so all these things I'm going to. You don't need to worry. Manual testing, automation testing, API testing, manual automation, DB, basic DB connection. All these things also will be taught. Okay, then what to say? Then what to say? So manual automation, API, DB, all these things will be covered. Along with that, you will also have a good knowledge of frameworks, building your framework and all. Okay, so this is really helpful, and you will never find this kind of syllabus anywhere in the market. You will never find it, because you can just venture it very anyway. The syllabus is there in DURGASOFT website. You can go to the DURGASOFT website and see Selenium with Python. If you click on there, you will be seeing the syllabus. Okay, if any doubts, you can contact this team, DURGASOFT team, 720-721-2428. Okay, these
So what is
people
the
are
total
responding.
duration?
Sorry,
So what
duration is around 35 to 45 days, but it will be based on the completion. It may be taking 60 days or 50 days, so we are not sure exactly. 2 months, you just keep it as 2 to 2.5 months, or depends on how fast we complete. Okay, so or how much we can complete. So it is not limited. Okay, we want to complete all the topics. That's what our major target is. Okay, okay. So thank you guys. I have a class, other class now.
Thank you.
So I have, so thank you. Thanks a lot. Is there anything to speak? See, myself, I'm a team lead for an MNC. I have around 12+ years of experience in IT. So I have been, I did worked on multiple roles, as a majorly on the technical end. So, so just a minute. Yeah. So I'll be taking you more on real-time knowledge. Okay, I'll be providing you more, because still I work as a team lead, so I manage a very large team over here in terms of more on analyzing and also creating framework and also. Okay? So I will try to help you. Don't worry about it, because we will teach more on real-time understanding, real-time related things. Okay. So thank you guys. Thanks a lot. You can go and get the syllabus in the first day. Okay. First day video is available in internet, DURGASOFT website, YouTube. You can go and get that video. You can able to find all the syllabus. Okay, thank you guys.